This lesson is on modeling with algebra. We're going to start by getting familiar with changing words into algebraic expressions. Number 1 says write an algebraic expression for each phrase, and the first phrase is double a number. So I'm going to start by writing a let statement to represent a number. So we'll let n represent a number. And now wherever I see those words, we can replace it with the variable n. So double a number would be 2n. So we remember that when you have a coefficient and variable next to each other, it means multiplication, so it's 2 times n. Triple a number would be 3 times n. Quadruple a number would be 4 times n. D says 1/2 of a number, so that would be 1/2 times n, or that's the same as n over 2. If I have 1/2 times n, the reason it's the same is n we could put over 1, and then when we multiply fractions, we know we go numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So 1 times n would be n, and 2 times 1 is 2, which gives us n over 2. 1/3 of a number would be 1/3 times n, or n over 3. And lastly, 1/4 of a number would be 1 over 4 times n, or n over 4. And I just want to make it clear that we do not write 1/2 n like this, where it looks like n is in the denominator, so we don't want to do that. We want to write it so that n's in the middle like we did here. All right, let's keep going. It says write an algebraic expression for each phrase. So same thing. This one says 6 more than a number. So that means 6 more is we're adding 6, and we're adding 6 to the number. So it'd be n plus 6. A number increased by 3, so increased also means addition. So we're starting with the number this time, so a number increased by 3. 2 increased by number, so this sentence wants 2 come first, and then we add the number to it. 5 decreased by number, so decreased means subtract, so that's 5 subtract n. 7 less than a number, so 7 less means we're going to subtract 7 from the number, so n minus 7. And then a number decreased by 6 would be n minus 6. So I just want to point out that A and E, students tend to get mixed up. They'll want to write 6 more than number, since 6 comes first, 6 plus n. But remember, if you're 6 more than someone else, so if we think age, if one child is 10 and someone else is 6 more, you would do 10 plus 6. Same with here, if we have 7 less than a number, so students want to do 7 minus n because 7 is first in the sentence. However, 7 less than a number, if someone else is, say age again, 10, and we say there's 7 less, you would do 10 minus 7. So that 10 is representing that number. So that's the part that you do first. So I just want to make it clear. And we'll put X's through here so we know. So you got to watch out for the wording when it says 6 more or 7 less, that it doesn't go in the same order. All right, let's take a look at 3. Write an algebraic expression for each phrase. It says 4 more than triple a number. So 4 more we know means we're adding 4, and we're adding 4 to triple a number, which would be 3n. So the whole expression would be 3n plus 4. Remember, when it says more, that comes second. Half a number less 5. So we know half a number would be a half times n, less 5 would be minus 5. Excuse me. Quadruple a number decreased by 1. So quadruple a number is 4n, decreased by 1 would be subtract 1. 2 less than double a number, so watch out for that less. Double a number we know has to come first, and then 2 less would be subtract 2. Now 4 is different. 4 says write an equation, doesn't say an expression. So we're going to have an equal sign. So wherever you see an is, that means it's going to be an equal sign. So it says triple a number is 18. Triple a number is 3n. Is equals, and then at 18. 7 more than a number is 11. So again, watch out where it says more. We know that 7 has to come second. So we're going to do the number first plus 7, and that equals 11. Half a number is 10. So half a number would be 1 over 2. You write my 1 better. 1 over 2n equals 10. And then double a number less 3 would be 2n is double a number, less 3 is subtract 3 is 7, so equals 7. 5 less than 1/3 a number, so we have that less again. We have 1/3 a number, and it's 5 less, so subtract 5 is 1 equals 1. 2 more than triple a number is 14. So again, we got that 2 more than triple a number. So we have the triple a number first, plus the 2 is 14 equals 14. All right, that's good practice. We're going to go on to the next page where we're going to do word problems, and we're going to have to create, after we read the expressions, create an equation to represent the situation. When we do these problems, every word problem needs to have the following steps in the solution. So let's read the first one, and we'll go through and do the steps for each one. It says, Catherine is 2 years older than Christine. The sum of their ages is 16. How old is each girl? So first of all, we have to write let statements to define what letters we're going to be using. So we don't know Christine's age or Catherine's age, but we do know that Catherine is 2 years older than Christine. So I'm going to let X represent Christine's age. And if that's Christine's age and Catherine is 2 years older, then I can say X plus 2 will have to be Catherine. So I'll let X plus 2 represent Catherine's age. And that's the first step, defining the unknowns using let statements. Now what we're going to do is write an equation to model the situation. So I know that the sum of their ages, so that's what's going to help me write the equation. The sum of their ages is 16. So I know that X, Christine's age, plus X plus 2, Catherine's age, has to equal 16. Okay, so that is step 2 done. I wrote an equation. Now we have to solve the equation. So I'm going to start by lifting the brackets. I know there's an invisible 1 here. And when I multiply 1 into the bracket, it won't change anything. So I'll just have X plus 2. I'm going to collect like terms. We have our invisible ones in front. So you know 1x plus 1x is 2x. And this positive 2, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So it'll come to the other side, subtract 2. So 2x equals 14, and then I'll just divide both sides by 2. So I know that x equals 7. So I solved the equation. Lastly, we have to answer the question asked in the problem. So the question being asked is, how old is each girl? So I know that x is 7. When I go back to my let statement, x represents Christine's age. So I know how old Christine is. So I can say, therefore, Christine is 7 years old. Now, if I want to get Catherine's age, I have to sub it into this expression here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that calculation here. So I'm going to take the x, which is 7, and sub it in. And I get 9. So now I can write a sentence for Catherine. So Christine is 7 years old, and Catherine is 9 years old. And I can go up and check to see, is this reasonable? I know that their 2 ages added up have to add to 16, and 7 plus 9 does add to 16. So I know I did the question right, and I answered the question asked in the problem. Okay, let's try the next one. It says, Mr. Skivington operates a variety store with his sons Jerry and Coco. Jerry makes twice as much money as Coco, who only works part-time. Mr. Skivington makes $200 per week more than Jerry. The total weekly payroll is $1,450. How much does each family earn per week? Okay, so I have to start by deciding who is going to be X, Mr. Skivington, Coco, or Jerry. So I know that Jerry makes twice as much as Coco. So I would need to know Coco's in order to get Jerry's. And then Mr. Skivington makes $200 per week more than Jerry. So I need Jerry's to know Mr. Skivington's pay. So that means I'm going to have to start with Coco and let him be X. So let X represent Coco's pay. So I chose Coco because I need Coco's to get Jerry's. So I'll do Jerry's next. It says here that Jerry makes twice as much money as Coco. So if Coco makes X, Jerry has to make 2X, twice as much. Let 2X represent Jerry's pay. Okay, now for Mr. Skivington. Mr. Skivington makes $200 per week more than Jerry. So if Jerry makes 2X and Mr. Skivington makes $200 more than Jerry, then the expression would be 2X plus 200. That would be how much Mr. Skivington gets paid. So let 2X plus 200 represent, I'm just going to put Mr. S. I think I keep pronouncing his name wrong. Mr. S pay. Okay, so that's the first step done, the let statements. So the next step now is to write my equation. So it says here that the total weekly payroll is $14.50. So that tells me all their pay added together has to equal $14.50. So that means X plus 2X, that's Coco's, plus Jerry's, plus Mr. Skivington, which is 2X plus 200. All of those added together equals $14.50. So if you think about it, this is Coco, this is Jerry, this is Mr. S. So 1, 2, 3 added together is $14.50. So I don't need the brackets around because it's all adding. So I'm just going to take those off. I just wanted to show you guys that it was 3 individual people. And I'm going to collect like terms. So I have X plus 2X plus 2X. I'm going to put a 1 here. So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 would be 5X, plus 200 equals 1. And now I'll move the 200 to the other side. So I would have 5X equals 1 minus 200. Oops, I realized I made a mistake. I said it equals 1. It should equal $14.50. If they only made $1 per week, I think they'd go out of business pretty quick. All right, let's try that again. So that's $14.50, subtract 200. So then 5X equals $12.50, and we'll divide both sides by 5. So that is going to be $250 for X. Okay, so we made our equation, we solved it. Now we have to answer the question asked. How much does each family member earn per week? So I know that Coco earns $250. To find Jerry's pay, I have to use 2X. So we'll do the calculation. 2X would equal 2 times X is $250, which is $500. Okay, so that's Jerry's pay. And then to get Mr. S's pay, it's 2X plus 200. So I'll do that calculation here. So it's going to be 2 times 250 plus the 200, which we know would be 700. And that's Mr. S's pay. So I have all 3. So now I can write my sentence. Therefore, Coco is paid $250. Jerry is paid $500. And Mr. S is paid $700. And you can always go back and check. Those 3 numbers should add up to $14.50. So 500 plus 700 is 1,200, plus the 250 gives me the $14.50. And I did my last step, which is the therefore sentence. Okay, let's take a look at the last question. Actually, I'm running out of time. I'm going to have to do it in the next video.